Welcome back to Wisconsin Family. Justin and I have been having a fabulous time here at the model smart home of J&K Security Solutions off Park Street. And finally, the segment we have been promising you, we're going to talk about security cameras and how the technology has changed over the years. Boy, has it. But first, I want to introduce you to these probably familiar faces. We've got Bill Topel and Tom Spinoso joining us, and thank you for having us and hosting us, and it's always a lovely time here.
Welcome, glad to have you.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, so we're going to dive a little bit into the technology aspect of security cameras. First, though, I think it's important to share with folks at home a little bit about J&K Security Solutions. This is a fabulous, fabulous company, and I want to make sure people know about it.
Sure, well, J&K has been around since 1985. Started as a key shop out of the owner's car and home, and settled here on Park Street in '87, became what is now J&K Security Solutions, and they've been on the area ever since. It's a family-owned and operated company, and as security has really progressed in terms of technology over the years, they've progressed with the times as well. We still do keys, but now we're doing commercial fire, commercial card access, residential security, commercial security. We have a hollow metal division that we weld our own doors. And then in the ever-changing times as well, there's the smart home division that we're in here, which we do audio, video, lighting integration, HVAC integration, and all the above.
Yeah,
we
no big
think
deal.
it's the most fun part of the company.
Yeah, I mean, we work in the good part of the
than
company.
No kidding. Yeah, well, you sure do. And I just love the backstory. Thank you for sharing that, because I love how, boy, talk about coming from, really a small business to this fabulous, large family-owned local business, and that's the American dream, and here we are. I love it.
Always based out of Madison, always here in southern Wisconsin. So
yes.
that's
Yeah,
really
absolutely.
Cool. So today, obviously, we're talking about surveillance cameras, and the technology, as we know, has really evolved quite a bit. Can you talk to us exactly how the technology has changed over the years for surveillance cameras?
Well, I think one of the ways it's really progressed is the evolution of network-based devices, or IP cameras. Most people think they see the old bread box style giant cameras on the outside of a building, and they think that that's what a security camera is, and it has that analog feed. That's not necessarily the case anymore. While those are still deployed in a lot of applications, these IP cameras, the quality of them is getting significantly better, where that's what people are going towards nowadays. The storage is internal in some of these. They can be network-based storage, they can be cloud-based storage. The way we use the cameras and the internet connectivity of them has really changed how the recordings work and how people interface with them every day.
That's great. And how easy they are to use probably as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, everyone's familiar with computers and smartphones and tablets and devices. Yeah. So the interfaces are becoming much more user-friendly, and people are being able to navigate them much simpler.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so neat. Talk to us a little bit about, so in talking about technology, you're really speaking to both residential and commercial. What are maybe some of the differences, though, in the needs between those two?
Well, I think whenever you're approaching a customer in terms of either residential or a commercial application, a needs analysis is really determined, especially with surveillance cameras. People's perception of what they're going to be able to see versus what they can see. And in a commercial application, maybe they're seeing a really large area, such as a parking lot with lots of sunlight, or they need to capture a license plate, or in a bank, maybe they really need to see somebody's face. Whereas maybe in a residential application, people would like to see their kids playing in the backyard while they're not home, or they want to see somebody ring their doorbell, or see the mailman, or in the winter time, they want to see the snowplow driver knock over their mailbox, perhaps, to prove that they did it. So
that must have been a real request.
Yeah, I feel like that's happened before.
It's happened a couple times.
I need a camera so I can see the snowplow guy anyway. So, Tom, I'm wondering if you could tell us a little bit about the wireless cameras that are used.
Sure. I think, Justin, the wireless is a little bit of a misnomer, and here's the reason why. The wireless cameras are marketed primarily towards residential consumers, and there's a large variety of them out there. But most of the wireless cameras today still have to be plugged into a power source.
Sure.
So if you can imagine some of these applications that Bill is talking about, where you're going to put a camera up on a wall, you still have a cord going down and plugging in for power. So it's not really truly wireless from that sense. Right. There is one manufacturer I can think of that does make a battery-operated camera that's kind of a unique solution. That's attached to your wall by a magnetic base, and so you put that up and put it, it's a magnet that works great. But that's really the only technology out there. And the problem with those is as the batteries get weaker and weaker because you recharge them, your runtime is less and less and less. So, I mean, each one of these solutions has its own sort of advantages and disadvantages. So wireless is really do-it-yourself or residential. Jumps on your Wi-Fi, which can be good and bad because as Wi-Fi traffic increases, that camera is transmitting and recording all the time depending on what you choose for a storage solution. And so it can bring your wireless in your house down to a halt, actually. The last thing I'll talk to you about wireless cameras is the storage. It's really important, I think, if somebody's going to look for a wireless camera, two different camps. Cloud storage that you pay for on a monthly basis and storage that you can have in your own home. And those both have different considerations. Do I want my content in the cloud? Do I want to keep it local? And then what's that monthly fee look like? So wireless cameras can be as good as hardwired cameras, but there are some of those other considerations to take in.
And I think it's important for people to know that you guys will actually sort of update people's networks, home networks, so that they can run some of these pieces of equipment as well. That's part of what you do here at J&K.
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah. You don't have to come with everything already installed in your home or the technology. They'll help you out with that. And along those same lines, talking about how much technology is available, how much technology has changed, where do you see as far as the future of technology? Where are we going?
Sure. I think as Bill mentioned, we're starting to see a lot of these wireless cameras being, or hardwired cameras being very easy to use, these IP cameras. So at a moment's notice, you can pick up your phone and get a visual of what's going on. These things can alert based on motion or based on an imaginary line somebody might cross to know that they're coming down your driveway, for example. That's really where the technology is going. Simpler, easier to use, and alerting, smart alerting, I guess is what we would call it. And that's what we're beginning to see today.
That's incredible.
And Bill, really quickly before we go, give viewers one great reason, or two if you have time, to as far as why they should go with J&K Security Solutions for surveillance cameras.
Well, the segment we're on is Wisconsin Family, I believe. So, I like to drive home the fact that we're a locally owned and operated family company, have been for 30 years, we will be for 30 more. We have other employees who are not family members who have worked here for 20 plus years. So there's that sense of dedication and family that extends beyond just the ownership of the company as well with our employees and our customers. I think it's really important. We're very well known and active in the community, and I think people will be very pleased with our services. We are heads above the competition, I believe.
Absolutely. Well,
a family-owned company that is there to offer services to protect your family.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. There we go.
Well, thanks for sharing all this great technology information with us, as always, and thanks for having us. This is Bill Topel and Tom Spinoso of J&K Security Solutions. If you have any questions, gosh, just stop in over here at the Smart Home. These guys are fabulous. Thanks so much.
Thanks for being here.
Thanks to all of our guests for joining us today. Thank you for watching. Join us next time for Wisconsin Family.
Every day is a new beginning. Shine your light. It's a day